What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Code from Low podcast. I'm your host, Kobe Cole, and today we got a quick little segment talking about the 0-2 Baltimore Ravens and their offense. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow the socials, the Instagram and TikTok at Code from Low. Now, get into 0-2 team, the Baltimore Ravens, right? And the Baltimore Ravens, let me start by saying this, because as an AFC North opponent and as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, people think I be hating and this and that. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna like other AFC North teams because like why would I like our rivals? But at the same time, I am gonna give respect where respect is due. The Baltimore Ravens are a great team. Top 10, top 5 team overall. I can't take that away from them. But we also can't ignore the fact that they are 0-2. And in my predictions, even though I chose the Ravens, I literally said, even though there was a bunch of upsets last week in week 2, and we're going to get into that in another episode, I literally said if there was an upset this week, the Raiders, because that D-line defense will beat the Ravens because of that O-line. And get into their performance offense. First off, we're going to start off with the Chiefs game, week 1. Passing, Lamar Jackson average depth of passing was 1 yard. And the biggest takeaway from this Ravens offense is their O-line. With them having a runner in Lamar Jackson and trying to get Lamar Jackson throwing in that passing game, and with them having a top 5 running back in Derrick Henry, you have to protect them guys, your key players. You have to make sure you're not allowing sacks. You have Derrick Henry at least getting 5 to 7 yards a play. And with that right now, they're not producing them type of numbers. Lamar Jackson, that first game against the Chiefs, 16 carries, 120 yards. And a lot of them carries was off of him scrambling for his life. He did produce 273 yards. He threw for a touchdown. But once again, a lot of those was off of breakaway screens, trying to make plays happen, extending the play, and then dumping it off after you have a DB covering for 6 to 7 seconds. A receiver eventually is going to get open. Isaiah likely did have a good game against them Chiefs. 9 receptions, 111 yards. We're going to get into that because him and Mark Andrews, I don't know if he's still injured or they're trying to watch him, but Isaiah likely is stepping up into an elite and great tight end. And eventually, with Mark Andrews not getting any younger, Isaiah likely can take that starting spot as the number 1 tight end. But just in the fact of that offense, they have the pieces. Isaiah likely, Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. They have tons of pieces, and a lot of these can be considered top 10, top 5 in their position. But with that offense and that O-line not being able to produce, can we call the Ravens a top 5 offense in the league? Yes, we seen like when Derrick Henry came to the Ravens, the Ravens are found that piece, they found their running back. Look, first of all, let's take a step back. Derrick Henry is a great rusher, but is he a great receiving back? Like, y'all had the running. Mind y'all had an elite running back or not, y'all always had the running as the Baltimore Ravens because you always had Lamar Jackson. So you literally have to worry about the quarterback and the running back. When it comes to certain other teams like the Detroit Lions, you're not going to really worry about Jared Goff running. That's not the biggest concern. But when you go into like even Brock Purdy can run, but you're more worried about CMC or Debo Samuel getting the ball. You're not consistently worried about the quarterback breaking away. Jalen Hurts, you can worry about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, he will break away. Is that his first thing? No, but he will break away. Then you have to worry about Saquon Barkley. Teams like that, you have to worry about the running back and the quarterback. They was always, if you don't want to say elite, great teams to run the ball. And with them getting Derrick Henry, that was a great addition running. What about passing? What about opening up? What about enhancing that O-line so you can protect Lamar Jackson? The defense, they're playing great. They're doing what they can do. They're keeping the Ravens in the game. I'm not saying this Ravens offense is terrible. I'm not saying they're bottom 5. But can we consider them top 5? Are they more of a top 10 team? A lot of people were looking at this offense, this is top 3, top this, top 2, maybe number 1. But can we even consider them being a top 5 team with them having this many problems? You just lost to the Gardner Minshew Raiders. You lost to a team last year that was struggling with quarterbacks. You had to have Devontae Adams put his input in, or should we start Garoppolo or Gardner Minshew? But when you go against these, like once again, these elite D lines with Max Crosby, and you have one of the hardest tasks in AFC North because you got to see T.J. Watt, you got to see uh, Miles Garrett. And this week, NFC opponent, you got to see Michael Parsons. So, can you protect Lamar Jackson? Can you protect Derrick Henry? Can you protect Lamar Jackson? Can you protect Derrick Henry? That's going to be the biggest point of, excuse me, of concentration because my O line, these are my money makers. These are the players I need to get me to the Super Bowl, to the AFC Championship. These players go down, it's gonna be a big what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word, guys. I'm looking for a word. A big I'm gonna say focus is not where I'm looking for, but it's gonna be a big point of focus because my guys that I brought in to get me to where I need to win at the end of the day, and that's the championship, the Super Bowl. I can't consider them a top five offense because of how they produce it. And I'm not saying it's because of the skill position. You have to build that O line to have them many skill positions. The O line is what's going to take you. That was a big question for the Jets. The Jets, the skill position was not a problem. With Braylon Allen coming in, Brees Hall, you got two good running backs. You have Garrett Wilson. Man, he had a great game last night against the Patriots. Number 83. I can't think of his name right now for the Jets. What is his name? What is his name? Where the Jets at? I think he was their leading receiver also. Oh, I'm about to pronounce this so wrong. Copeland? Tyler Copeland. I hope I said that name right. 7 receptions, 109 yards. The Jets the same way. Can the O-line protect Aaron Rodgers? They would go as far as the O-line would take them. And now this is what I'm starting to believe about the Ravens. A lot of them looking at Lamar Jackson and his MVP status. Can the Ravens go they're going to go as far as the O-line take them? That's the biggest point. So right now, my question for y'all is, can we consider the Ravens a top 5 offense? Like, they lost to the Chiefs week 1. Okay, cool. It's the Chiefs. The Bengals lost to the Chiefs. Nobody really can look at that because it's Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs. You're going to have a little more credit. You know, they saying the refs helped the Chiefs win. So you're going to deal with that. Now, my question is, the Bengals lost to the Patriots. Not to the Patriots. The Ravens lost to the Raiders. Now the question coming to when are those losses are going to matter. Both of them teams are 0-2. And sticking to the Ravens, their offense, that's how we're going to the question come in. Do you have a top 5 offense? You got a top 5 quarterback. You got a top 5 running back. But because your O-line, does their O-line bring them all the way down because now you're losing the team you have no business losing to? Are they going to lose to the Dallas Cowboys? The Dallas Cowboys, you got a butt handed to by the New Orleans Saints. So they're not going to go into that game, handing it over to the Ravens. Because now they got something to prove because they just lost to an opponent they had no business losing to. The preview for that was everybody picked the Cowboys to win. The same with the Ravens. Everybody chose the Ravens to beat the Raiders. You're not really going to fault the Chiefs, but now can you go beat the Cowboys? And I want to say that game is in Dallas also. Let me just double check. Yes, that game was in Dallas. So now can you go into enemy territory and beat that Dallas team in Texas? And that's gonna be the biggest focal point. If Michael Parsons has a field day, now can we literally say it's going to extend? Are they a top 5 team? It's not gonna go look at the offense. They're 0-3. Can they bounce back? Because not only are you losing to opponents you had no business losing to, now you're losing to playoff team opponents. And you still have your own division opponents coming up that's never going to be easy win. They really can't beat the Steelers. Even though a lot of people are going to say the Ravens are better than the Steelers, they really can't beat the Steelers. You can't count the Bengals. Once they get something rolling, or hopefully get something rolling, you can't count them out. Deshaun Watson had better performance against the Jaguars. You can't really count the Browns out because, once again, now he got to go against Myles Garrett, and you know how he is with his graveyard. So that offense, are they a top 5 offense, and can that O-line build up to take them to the Super Bowl, win them games, get them to the playoffs, get them to the AFC Championship, so they can prove that they are that team and they built a team to win? That's my question for y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments. Man, I'm your boy Coach Cole. This is Cole from Low Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all follow social media at Cole from Low.